can't. Ooh, I don't want anything happening to my controller. Oh, shit. Okay. Welcome to the channel, guys. Let's share that information. Ooh, we're gonna have a very short live stream. Let's see. Oh, hi, Raphael. How's it going? I'm gonna share my information here, very quick. How's it going? Hi, Hawkeye. Hi, Sad Vibes. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I think my game glitched and it really kind of irritated me. Pretty much towards the final boss, and it's glitching in that there's this one element I'm supposed to attach the rope to, and it's not there. It's not there. It's pissing me off. I'm gonna lose sleep at night. How dare it? Okay. But seriously, that's super, super, super annoying. So I went back to complete an uncompleted quest, optional quest, and hopefully they'll fix that, because that really sucks, especially when you're at the very end of the game, pretty much. That really sucks. So frustrating. Okay, so my Instagram. So I'm sharing my PayPal, Cash App, Instagram, and Discord as usual. For what it's worth. I also sell paintings if anyone would like to commission me. How's everyone doing? Hi Liam. Discord. Some names are easier to see than others. Hi Raphael. Grind. Krillin? Is that Krillin? Yeah. Like Dragon Ball Z? Okay, Discord. MRALD _ wing _ 13473. And I'm gonna just pin that. How's everyone doing? You're gonna win it big soon, I hope so. I wish you luck, man. I mean, isn't that what we all want? I hope I make it big. Hope that this channel gets bigger and I'm actually able to make a living on it and sell paintings and more paintings. I finished that Christ painting. I'm waiting for it to dry, and then I'm gonna varnish it. It's a protective medium. Also kind of makes the colors stand out. Oh boy. These assholes really do come out at night. Ethan Mac, huh? Bye-bye. You're not welcome here. I'm an alcohol, base head, weed head. Been on that crack for 18 years and I'm starting to glitch. Oh dear, I'm sorry, Danny. Hope you're feeling all right today or tonight. Yeah, I mean, I felt like I was glitching when I was going through alcohol withdrawal. That was really scary. In fact, the withdrawal from that was worse than the heroin, because at least with the heroin withdrawal, I knew what to expect. I knew when it would be over approximately. With the alcohol, I didn't know that's what I was dealing with when I was going through the withdrawal from that. And when I told someone about it, they informed me. Or actually, I had to take myself to the doctor for them to tell me it was alcohol withdrawal. But after that, I told a friend, and they told me that I was having miniature seizures. It felt like electric electricity and like electric buzz in my head or something. It was just really weird. I don't do drugs, I just do gambling. It's healthier. I've never gambled. But I know that can be pretty addicting, you know? Kind of like video games in a way. I wouldn't mind trying gambling, actually. I would bet on a horse race or something like that. I don't know. It would suck, though, if you lost a lot of money. You bet like $500 and you lose it all. Or more. You won 12,000 and then lost 13,500. Ooh, jeez. I'm sorry about that, man. That's gotta be a real bummer, man. Seriously. Yeah. Hi, Mason. Hi, G-Bomber. Yeah. Am I Catholic? Yes. Yes, Navigator, I sure am. I'm interested in buying your paintings. How to get to show me your paintings? Hey, Krillin, awesome. So I've pinned my Instagram. You can find a lot of my art there, and I'll show you the one I'm working on, and I'll show you a couple more others that I have right here. This is a painting of Christ that I sold, pretty much. Sold. And let me show you, that's wet though, so I don't want to pick it up too much. Here's my painting of my friend Adrian. This is oil on panel. And yeah, you can check out a lot of my art on my Instagram. Let's see here. Oh, here's my, I love doing watercolors. Watercolors are more affordable for most people. Here's John Steinbeck watercolor and charcoal on paper. So there's that. I like that one a lot. One of my favorite paintings that I've done. Did it at my grandma's house actually, when I lived with her. So yeah, so there's a few, and then I have a lot more on my Instagram and elsewhere. Yes, I do sell paintings. Very much so. Very much so. How long have I... Oh, good God. You're gone. Well, that one was really good. Thank you, Willow. Did heroin feel good at first? Yeah. Yeah. There's a honeymoon phase, for sure. And then it's over before you know it. It's like a succubus that draws you in. And it goes from being like heaven to pure hell. To pure hell, and that your tolerance gets so high that you don't really feel the high anymore. Eventually, it just makes it so that you're not sick. You'll get dope sick within like 24 hours of not using. So there's that impending doom, that impending dread that, oh, it's coming, it's inevitable, I'm gonna get sick, I'd better get some heroin before I get sick. Then you get the heroin and you don't feel high, you just don't feel sick anymore. And it's no way to live. I would much rather feel well right now with, clean, with my dog, with my painting, with my family, with my live streaming, with God, with, I was godless, cold, and empty, guys. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. It's not something to romanticize one bit. Everyone's obsessed with trans. You kind of look like Sarah Connor from Terminator. Thank you, Pix. A lot of people say that here. A lot of people say that. Where can we get some what? If you're talking about the drugs, of course I'm not going to disclose that. I wouldn't, probably wouldn't even know at this point. Honestly, I would have expected to see my dealer just passing by on the street, and I haven't seen them once. So I'm starting to wonder if they got busted, honestly. It wouldn't be, that would not be far-fetched, to be honest. Someone, last time I went over to her place in 2023, uh, she was freaking out because someone stole her entire safe, and it contained thousands and thousands of dollars. Like, I don't know, 50,000, somewhere around there. 90,000 even. It was a lot of freaking money. Money that would change my fucking life. And there was a lot of dope in there. Like thousands of dollars worth of dope, man. Dope that could buy you a house. That whole safe got stolen from her. So, who knows? Who knows? Maybe she moved. Shit. You know. You're strong. Getting out of that. Thank you. Thank you, Grind. Hi from Miami. Where are you, beautiful? Thank you, Freddie. I am from the Pacific Northwest. Hi, Apex Global Trades. Shout out to Apex. Hope you have a good evening, early morning, light in time for bed. Play Expedition 33 if you haven't played it yet. I'll write it down because I like to write down your references. Next time there's a sale, I already have so many games to play, guys. So I'm not going to buy a game unless there's a sale on Steam. But I have Elden Ring on my list. Heard that's a really good game. And what is Expedition 33? Okay. Expedition 33 games. And Elden Ring is one of them. Yeah, so many good games to play. So little time. I know. Alcohol got me 2 days in the ER. I'm sorry, it just says T there. 2 days in the ER. After the shakes, my kidneys cramped up. Ooh, went to the ER, stood hospitalized for about 6 days. IV is the key though. But then once I recovered, went back to that crack. Oh, I've been there. But it was heroin with me. I feel like I'm very fortunate that I made it out of that. Thank you, Navigator Isle. Yeah, I love that I'm back into my painting. John chapter 3 verse 16 NLT, for this is how God loved the world, he gave his one and only son, so that everyone who believes in him will not perish but have eternal life. Spreading the gospel. Amen. You know, I do read the Bible at the end of my streams. Okay, I don't want to get too behind here. What's the best kind of... I'm not answering that question, Scott. That's weird. Good night. It's 2 a.m. in Toronto. It's always it's always nice when you come up in my feed like a ray of sunshine. Oh, thank you, Cole. I'm glad I could be a ray of sunshine for you. Thank you. Drugs are not the way, and if you're gonna try to trigger people in my chat out of pure malice, which I assume you're just malicious and spiteful and looking to bring people down, especially when you can perceive that they're stronger than you, you know. The light probably doesn't like to see people who are stronger than him. Oops. Yeah, well, yeah, you're gone now. Bye-bye. Hey there, and good evening, White Crane. Did you ever have to sell yourself for drugs? Drugs are a powerful curse, they sure are. I wouldn't put myself above it. Once. One time I did. One time I did, and I regret it very much. Very much so. That was at my lowest. That was rock bottom. That was like not even a month later I got clean. Not even a month later. That was the final year of my addiction. Last month. Some of my friends would mix black tar and weed with weed. Geesh. So sorry, but you are not there now. That's right. I just, I figured I really should be honest with you guys. It's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. Yeah, but honesty is powerful. It gives everyone else permission to be honest. And it's also a weight off one's shoulders, not keeping that all bottled up. If someone asks, I'll tell them. But I'm gonna try not to trauma dump. I would really try not to do that, Someone doesn't ask, then I'm probably gonna keep it to myself, but my drug of choice was heroin. Now it's weed. And I wouldn't even consider weed really a drug. I think it's more medicinal in a way. I haven't been there, but know people who have. You look like your dad. I think I do a little bit. Naster. I'm surprised you've even seen my dad. God loves you. Thank you, Nastersons. What's the meaning of Tangent Tea? Well, I changed it from Diary of a Recovering Addict to Tangent Tea because we go off on tangents a lot and we spill the tea often, and we're more than just our addictions. We talk about art, we talk about video games, we talk about dogs, my dog, we talk about cooking, we talk about personal life, we talk about I've talked about hiking before and stuff, taking you guys on a hike, and just recovery and addiction stuff. We talk about how to cultivate better habits. Can you do a shout out for Jake? Hi, Jake. Shout out to Jake. Hi. MK or Street Fighter? Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter? I've played Mortal Kombat before, but I don't know if I played Street Fighter. Maybe I have, but I'll write that one down just in case I haven't played that one. I've played Mortal Kombat since I was a kid, though. Used to play that with my friend on his PlayStation. Can you do oh, yes. Wow, what a jerk. They keep people just keep calling me a man. Why do you guys think that is when so many guys think I'm attractive? Could this be really bitter guys who are upset about the fact that they can't get a girl, so they gotta bring down random women online that they know they can't have? Pathetic. Street Fighter is good. You should check it out. All right, well, I wrote it down. You have beautiful eyes. Thank you. How old am I? I'm 35. 35. I do not look like a dude. You're a moron, and you're probably chronically online. You probably only watch corn. You're probably, you probably don't have a girlfriend. Maybe you never have had one, and you've never really seen real women. Unless, I don't know. I'm just gonna assume you get everything delivered to you online and you just never leave the house. You never see real women, and you think that all women should look like, oh gee, I don't know, a Kardashian. You're pathetic. Thank you, Vanta Wolf. No, you don't look like a dude. Don't listen to the trolls. Okay, you're right about that, Brett. I shouldn't do that. I should not listen to them. Hey, how people assume shit they don't know. I know, right? And it's the internet. They do it all the time. All the time. It's annoying. It's obnoxious. It is what it is. Yeah, they're probably bitter, pathetic, chubby incels in their mom's basement. See, hey, thank you, Justin. That's 10 whole years younger. You are a gorgeous woman. Ignore the trolls. Thank you. You are Carrie Fisher look-alike. Oh, I used to think she was just... Well, I still think she's really pretty. Thank you. Oh. Demon Lord says, holy tweaker. I'm gonna ignore that. Okay. You have a soothing voice. Thank you, Justin. Hey, Alexi. How can you stay without any wrinkles on your face with alcohol addiction? I was only addicted to alcohol for like 3 years, and that was that was when I got off the heroin, and I tried to substitute it for the heroin, and it was right after my best friend passed away. When my best friend passed away, I nearly... Yeah, that was nearly the end of me, man. That wrecked me. I relapsed and I became an alcoholic. And I tried substituting him back and forth, and sometimes I'd do them at the same time. That was the only time I ever OD'd, was when I was doing heroin and alcohol at the same time. That doesn't mean you're not going to OD potentially by just doing heroin, but I was lucky enough to not OD when just doing heroin. Maybe there was just a ton of, filler and non-drugs in there. But yeah, it's I'm out of those woods. Demon Lord Def has a phone in jail right now. Hey, maybe. They seem bored. They seem bored and bitter. Bitter and absolutely pathetic. You can heal with ayahuasca. I'm from Brazil. You just need to take it once. It will fix you. Well, I'm gonna write that down just so I can research it. That's ayahuasca. Ayahuasca. Huasca. Yep, spelled it right. All right. I wonder if it's one of those things that you have a hard time getting if you're from the States. You're pretty. Don't let anyone tell you different. Oh, thank you, Brett. I know. These are just pathetic men who feel powerful when they bring random women down online. Just, it is what it is, I kind of, anticipated it, but I wasn't... Before I started live streaming, I knew that there would be trolls, that it would be relentless, that, people would even, say harsh things, really mean things. I knew that. And I've seen bigger YouTubers get way worse, like death threats and such. I've only gotten one message that was close to that. But, I didn't anticipate so much. You're trans, as like using trans as an insult. It's weird. What do they think women look like? The same? All the same? That we look like the porn stars that they're so obsessed over? Probably. Proud of you. Well done for accomplishing what you have. Not many people in the world could say they want. Oh, thank you. Well, I do think that when there's a will, there's a way, and that more people can recover. You just have to want it for yourself. And it helps to have confidence, to know what's in store, to know like how long the pain's gonna last, and to just hold on and be patient and do whatever you can in that moment to make the time go by just a little bit easier. Whether it be meditation or, I mean, weed even. Drug dreams are intense, man. I'm sorry to hear that you lost your friend. Thank you. He was a good person. I just slipped again and drink today after 30 days. Oh man, I've done that too. And I'm here now. I think you can get back up just like I did. I think you'll be okay, man. As long as you acknowledge it, learn from it, and move on. I know it's easier said than done, trust me. Shout out from Columbus, Ohio. Hi, Justin. Hmm. 30 years clean here. Oh, good for you, TW. You see, you prove that we do recover and that we can last. You know, you got to find something bigger and better outside of all that. And that is everything, like, having your whole life in front of you and all these doors opening for you, rather than being stuck in the cesspit of misery and, oh my God, just filth. It gets to the point where you don't even care about your hygiene, man. You don't care about your teeth. You don't care about, you know, I was risking so much. When I lost all the veins on my arms, I started injecting into my hands. That could have destroyed my ability to paint. Just very foolish, but at the same time, when you're a heroin addict, your whole perception of right and wrong and logic just kind of warps, you know? That's probably why I sold myself to get some at the last moment, because in my right mind, I would never even conceive of that idea. I would never do that in this mindset that I have now. But when you're desperate for drugs, you'll do anything. And I mean anything. I was lucky I didn't get steal, because I was working at a little cafe solo in the afternoons, and I could make tips and enough to sustain my addiction without having to steal from anybody. But at the same time, I get it. Like, I'd get it if someone resorted to that, because that's the addiction. It's very, we take accountability for our actions, or we should, but one would be lying to say that the drugs didn't have some effect in how a person behaves and acts. Ayahuasca is similar to DMT. Huh. I've never heard of that. Those people should be ashamed, yep. There's a cool documentary on YouTube about a curandera healing woman in South America who makes ayahuasca for and guides people through the experience. That's interesting. Okay. I'll see if I can find it, if you unless you know the name of it. But yeah, I'll just put in ayahuasca documentary. That sounds interesting. Last documentary I watched was about, well, it wasn't necessarily a documentary, it was a podcast. And the guest on this podcast told a story about how he lived with the uncontacted tribes of the Amazon, and his purpose was to save the rainforest. And I thought that was just a really, really cool interview, man. Highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. I'm kind of new to this podcaster, though, so I'd have to look him up again just to get the name. Much love to you. Thank you, Jose. People are just shitty. Don't listen to them. Amen. How did I use H? Well, I started out when it was first offered to me, and I didn't know it was heroin, granted, when it was offered to me like this, but it was chasing the dragon, which in my naive little mind, I didn't know that's what it was. But I took it. I was complaining about my social anxiety, and he offered that to me, and I took it. And I didn't take some for like a month or so, and then I asked for more. And I smoked it again. And then I probably smoked it just a few times, and then I started snorting it through the syringe. For 3 years, I did that. And then around COVID time, I started injecting, and that's when things really went downhill. I mean, things were already going downhill from the time I started that shit, regardless. Ooh, I like shrooms, Santa. I have nothing against shrooms, believe me. I look like Anna Paquin. I don't even know who that looks like, but I'm gonna look it up. Say splitting image. Anna Paquin. Oh. New Zealand actress. Holy shit. She does kind of look like me a little bit. Holy moly. Oh, she's in Fly Away Home. I remember that. I haven't seen that movie since I was like 5. And that's when it came out. When I was 5. Jeesh. Yeah, totally, dude. Yeah. Yeah. I take that as a compliment. I think she's very pretty. She has my face structure, I think. Yeah. Anna Paquin. It's the actress from Fly Away Home. That's that movie, that really, really 90s movie about Canada geese. Girl learns to fly with the Canada geese. That's such a good movie. I didn't know she was in that, but let's see. She looks like me when I was a kid too in that movie. That's funny, except that I have blue eyes. She had brown eyes. That's such a good movie. That's the kind of movie if I have kids, I'll buy that movie for them. Is that Anna Paquin, Amy Allen, Jeff Daniels? Okay, I've seen him. Carol Ballard, never heard of him. Dana Delaney, Carmen Lishman, never heard of her. Terry Kinney, that sounds kind of familiar. Such a good movie. Yep. Most of my friends are either dead or in prison now, 35. I'm very sorry, dead critic. Sometimes that comes with the territory of drug use, unfortunately. I've had 2 friends die of that. And it's, sometimes it can be a wake-up call. Other times it can just make you fall deeper into addiction, For me, unfortunately, it made me fall deeper into addiction when my friend passed away. You're doing good work out here for people. Kudos and thanks to you, dear. Thank you. Thank you very much, White Crane. Honestly, don't overthink trolls. The moment you think you got them figured, you really don't. Most of them take a moment high before switching off to another thing to screw with. Yeah, that's very probable. Very probable. Losers. I mean, they're losers. I don't need to succumb to that. Oh man, I see Chris looks like Chris is an old man. You know, voice on point, but still a dude. I'm just commenting on this one because how fucking dare you use the name of Chris Hansen, an absolute legend? You're nothing like Chris Hansen. You're lame and pathetic. You're nothing like that guy. He's a hero. You're not. Little bitch. Mm-hmm. Insecure or intimidated guys say that exactly. Precisely. It's pathetic, right? Sounds like how everyone gets hooked. Yep, pretty much. And there were a bunch of other things, you know, that happened before. It was just one unfortunate event after another. And I just, you know, I struggled with an eating disorder. I wanted to get out of my head. And I guess the person who offered it to me had been on it for a while. And to them, that was what I needed. And yeah, I mean, they couldn't have been more wrong. Almost lost my sister to the shit during our own house party. Oh man. I'm really sorry, Teflon. Almost. Well, I wonder what happened to make it so that she didn't actually go through with it. I'm glad she didn't. The government doesn't want you to know that the pigeons at the park are free. Shando, there's this place next to our train stop from downtown, and there are a ton of pigeons that gather there, and Shando shows no interest in the pigeons because they don't run away from him. If the pigeons ran away from him, he'd be very interested. But they just chill, you know? At first Shando would charge him, but then they just come back, and he's like, meh, you're no fun. Claire Danes kinda too. Oh yeah, she's in Little Women from the 90s. She was Beth in Little Women, and I think she might have been in a Terminator movie, but I'm not sure. She's been in a few films I've seen, but I don't remember the names of most of the films. She's a good character actress. I used H for 6 years. Detox, same. Detoxed myself last November. Then in between Jan and Feb, I was hospitalized for 29 days, 3 heart and 1 lung surgery from endocarditis. Oh, geez, man. Well, I'm glad you're doing okay now. Sheesh. Yeah, some of us don't really make it out without being a little bit scathed, you know? Ever been addicted to Adderall? No. No, I've never taken Adderall. Never. You look great, by the way. Long time no see. Hi, Chris. I recognize you. I recognize you from your name and your profile pic. How are you doing? Hey, how are you doing today, beautiful? Hi, Joseph. I'm doing good. I had a bit of a frustrating moment with my game because it glitched in the sense that, I mean, I'm at the very end of the game and there's this one little, there's like a half a bucket with a rope attached to it. It's supposed to be on the specific platform so I can, you know, use my bow and arrow to attach the rope from afar to that thing. It's not there. It's just, and I know it's the right place. I know it's the right place. 100%. I mean, sometimes games do glitch like that. You know, especially if it's like an NPC. You know, sometimes the NPC will disappear or glitch out. And I mean, I guess that accounts for objects, not just people. But that's really annoying, man. But otherwise, I'm doing good. I'm at the very end of the game, man. I've been playing so much, and then I'm like, oh shit, you know, now I'm kind of blocked here. Wonder what you would look like with long hair. I did try to grow it out, but I think I look better with shorter hair. It's also more comfortable, especially in the summertime. Also have a look at frequency therapy to get rid of addiction. Amazing. I'll write that down. Definitely. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Whoops. Tony, why do you say Chris Hansen's a criminal? So I know he went to court for something like larceny, but that is completely outweighed by his contributions in saving children from PDF files. His sting operations have done more good in this world, so much good in this world, that, one sin like that, larceny, is like nothing. And also, he took accountability, he paid his dues, and none of us are perfect. Let he who is without sin cast the first stone. Chris Hansen's not a bad person. Why would you... Do you think you have to be 100% without sin in order to be a good person, or what? I've done worse things, probably. It's ridiculous. And if there's something I don't know, let me know, rather than just say, Chris Hansen's a bad person. Just, why don't you elaborate on that? Rather than spreading misinformation, trying to destroy a good man's reputation. A real man. He's a real man. Unlike some of the people in this chat. The amount of times I've been almost drugged like girls have to deal with is insane. Oh my God. Well, I hope you're doing good now, man. As a bottom gay man, I'm tired of alpha males. I know, right? They're exhausting. They're exhausting, and they generalize everyone but themselves. All the problems of men are always women's fault. It's always women's fault. They bunch us all up with, they group all women up with the problematic white liberal women that you see protesting and being Karens. Acts like that's just a fundamentally female thing when it's really not. There are men out there too, and a ton of boomers. But I know it is embarrassing, the number of women you have out there being ridiculous. But regardless, I mean, yeah, I'm not even feminist, truly. But it annoys me when... it annoys me when guys online gatekeep video games and act like women shouldn't play video games. Because a few liberals are trying to destroy games. Make them they're trying to Hollywoodify them, I guess. But, I've enjoyed games since I was a little kid. It's just, it's unfortunate. Usually these guys are single too. Usually they are. Often. Not always. Yep. I'm Christian too. Yeah, but I'm really glad Andrew Tate got sent to prison. I usually wouldn't celebrate over someone else's demise or going to prison, but that guy's terrible, man. He said he basically thinks that men should be able to beat and R-word their women and treat them like objects. And he also thinks that women should not be allowed to leave the house if a man is married to them. And that's probably why he went to go live in a Islamic country where that treatment of women is pretty much par for the course. It's disgusting. Hello, do you wear makeup or are you naturally that pretty? I'm wearing a little bit of eye makeup. You see, it's just a little bit of brown eyeliner. I'm not really wearing anything else, though. I like to wear a little bit of eye makeup, though. Chris Hansen is a hero. What the fuck? Exactly. Exactly, he's a hero. He's a 100% a hero. And anyone saying that he's not and that he's done something terrible is like, what, do you think that just because he's on TV, he's expected to be perfect and to never sin? Yeah, he had that larceny case. So what? So ever the fuck what? Who cares? you know? What he's done in, saving children outweighs any of that. Heart surgeries. These nuts. I don't know if you're talking to the person up there who brought up their heart surgery. I think they may have. Um, but no, I've never had heart surgery if you're talking to me. I almost overdosed on Opanas. Never took Opanas myself, but I'm glad you're okay. I always found this girl oddly attractive. Well, thank you. What are we talking about tonight? Anything and everything. We're not going to have a very long one, unfortunately. I don't think we're even going to reach 200 likes, which is usually the stopping point. Maybe 100. But I'm tired. It's almost midnight. Kind of exhausted, to be honest. So are we talking about addiction? We were talking about addiction, Chris. Are you mad because we're talking about angry, bitter incels and you're triggered or something? Like, sorry guys. I'm just getting so tired of that shit. I'm getting tired of the trolls. It's not like they're gonna make me lose any sleep, but when I'm trying to engage with people on my stream and comment after comment after comment, like completely like all down the line, there's like one or two, three good ones, and then it's like all like punctuated here and there, just constantly. You're a man, yeah, you're pathetic and all this other shit. It's annoying because I'd like to get on with it, I'm having a good day, Patriot, for sure. How are you doing? I put my hair back in a ponytail just now, just so you know. I promise not all alpha males are jerks, can be both sensitive, understanding women too. Yeah, I mean, I think that there's a happy medium, you know? You don't need to, I mean, you can be a strong, protective, traditional man, which I like, and I think a lot of women like it, whether they want to admit it or not. But there needs to be a fine balance where they're not treating women like they're cattle, like Andrew Tate would, I'm against people like Andrew Tate, Hassan, and a lot of those guys in the manosphere who say it's okay to hit women and act like they own them like property. I'm against that, and I don't think most men think that. I don't even think most alpha males think that that's the way one should live, or think. But those loud people on the internet, they really influence a lot of young, impressionable guys who are probably saving up their money to go to Hustlers University. Hustlers University. Wow. Cringe fest for sure. Mm. Yeah, I mean, I don't think. I mean, as far as being a world leader, it'd be great if they designated a very capable, logical woman, someone who doesn't make all other women look bad. I mean, if it were to be the first president, they better pick a good one, because if Kamala won, we'd probably never ever have a female president ever again. People would think, "Oh dear Lord, we can't put the country in a woman's hands," because they're gonna associate Kamala Harris with all the way all women would be if they were president, more than likely. I'm sure Tate has some good points, but most of them are shit. Most of them are shit. His treatment and regard of women completely overrides any good points he'll have, in my opinion. Everyone has good points. I'm sure even some of the worst dictators in the world had good points here and there. Not everybody, like everybody, all of us. Some of us, like no matter how good or bad you are, we're right from time to time. All of us. Every human being is right from time to time, Just because they're a bad person, just because they've done heinous, evil things, does not mean that they're not right sometimes. And it could be something very innocuous too, like who cares? But yeah, I mean, we're wrong and we're right here and there. No, he saved children because he I know it's a sting operation. It's a setup. I know that. But what he's doing is he is lighting fire of fear in the PDF files bosoms so that they'll think twice, hopefully, before they go and do that, because it could be a sting operation. He's also bringing awareness. He's been doing it for a long time. In fact, his work does a lot of good for protecting children. Absolutely. 100%. I don't even think people would be talking about that nearly as much if he wasn't, if he didn't start that show To Catch a Predator and Chris Hansen versus Predator and all that. I think it did a lot of good in our society, bringing awareness. 100%. The Tates moved to Romania, which is a secular Orthodox Christian country, but one of the most corrupt, and thought the system and police would turn a blind eye to their crimes against women. Yeah, there's that. I thought he also moved to a Middle Eastern country, but let me just look and see. Look up places. Andrew, I think he did go to a Muslim country, but let me see. Tate has lived. Okay, so he's first United States in childhood, Washington D.C., Goshen and Elkhart, Indiana, Germany. Spent a portion of his early childhood living there. Okay, he lived in the United Kingdom, and then at last, when he's at the height of his misogyny, he lived voluntary and Bucharest, Romania, and then the last place he lived was Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Maintained a high-profile presence and secondary residence associated with his luxury lifestyle. I know a lot of rich people live in Dubai, though, but still, it figures that he'd choose to live somewhere where perhaps women aren't treated very well. Well, be cool. I would love advice. Well, if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer. You're awesome and you matter. Thank you, Justin. Uh-oh. I better fix that. Sorry. My bad. Let's see if I got is that my charger over there? Oh, man. I think I have it over here. Here we go. My bad. I'm tired. Where am I getting my news? Nick Shirley, Blair White, number of others. I don't know. What, do you not like that pesky Nick Shirley? Creating chaos with the truth. Any guy who calls themselves an alpha male is definitely not one. Exactly. I mean, do you see the way he refers to himself as an alpha male is just so pathetic? I'm not a trans woman, Chris Bennett, and I don't think I even look like one. Look at these shoulders. Do these shoulders look big and broad to you? Do these look like male hips? That's why trans women shouldn't be able to take over women's sports, which they were. And I'll tell you why. It's because they got larger lung capacity, just larger overall. That's not gonna, just taking hormones is not gonna completely alter your constitution and your capacity. And I have nothing against trans people, but I think that's unfair, especially when 900 trophies went to trans women and so many women lost. Unless, you know, it was something that didn't involve strength and force and lung capacity and have bigger hearts, you know? Iran would have loved it if Kamala won, absolutely. Man, oh man, oh man. People are getting triggered. Andrew Tate has frequently lived in and traveled to Dubai, United Arab Emirates, and visited other Muslim countries. That figures. It is curious how the Tates seem to be the only ones getting arrested for trafficking when we have a whole ass government full of preds. Yeah, yeah, sure. You know, they should all get tried. They should all get judged in a court of law, for sure. I think Bill Gates should be in prison right now. It's unfortunate. It's disconcerting and it's discouraging that, you know, people with tons of money can get away with murder, pretty much. It's been going on for a long time. It's been spanning 4 presidencies, the whole Epstein thing. You know, Bohemian Grove. Reagan was invested and involved with Bohemian Grove. Just like it's an only male. I didn't know it was an only male club, but I found that out. That it's actually an only male club. And all the most powerful men go there. And from what I've heard, and Alex Jones, you know, we're finding out more and more that he's right about a lot of these things. He went into Bohemian Grove, investigated a little bit, and found that they do really sick rituals there. I'm going to say allegedly, though. Just, you know why. Also, Andrew Tate thinks he's part of the Matrix. He thinks he's like the chosen one or some bullshit. I like Asmongold, Christian. Yeah, I watch Asmongold a lot. I actually, I get some of my news from Asmongold too. I listen to Asmongold while I'm falling asleep because I find his voice very soothing. And I agree with a lot of what he says. Some I don't agree with, some I do. I agree with most of the things he says, which I think is fair. I mean, I wouldn't. That's how I'm able to sort of, you know, if I'm able to see both sides, regardless of whether I agree with them or not, it, you know, gives me more to go with, more context, you know, to see like why people think the way they do, and things start to make more sense from their side. And sometimes I start to agree with them. I'm like, well, you know, they are right, you know. I'd rather be truthful and honest than cherry pick whatever makes me feel good. Yeah, alpha males don't have to tell people what they are. Exactly. Glad to see you're doing well. Keep it up. Thank you, Ink and Red. Do you think women are treated better in the States than Dubai? 100%. 110%, man. Women don't have it bad in the US, and anyone who thinks they do has been brainwashed and warped and fucked up. I don't know, man. That's so wrong. You have people thinking that women are treated better in Islamic countries, and a few of these people have actually moved there. Trans people too, and gay people, and they're disillusioned, and they're there's this one person who was there. He's like, I gotta get out of here, and it was like a trans person, and like, I gotta get out of here. I'm not safe here. It's like, well, no shit. You know, people are fucking stupid. I'm definitely not a man hater by any means. Just I get so sick of the chronically online men of the internet who like to spread around hate about women, make young men think that, you know, that they have no chance at a happy marriage or relationship with a woman because, oh, all the women are bad, I might as well give up, you know. That's how a lot of these people think, but I have nothing against actual normal men, which, you know, you'd think the majority, it constitutes a majority, you know. I think most people are normal and don't act like they're getting every single bit of their opinion about people online in the manosphere or whatever, you know. Emirati personal status laws require women to have permission from a male guardian, such as a father or husband, to marry. Yep, there you go. There you go. We have it good here in America. Trump said the main thing that the U.S. needs for future success is a strong president. 100% get what he means. Yep. I hope Marco Rubio wins. I'll definitely vote for Marco Rubio. I see Trump as a means to a better end. If Kamala won, it would be a disaster. Sports gender determination should be based on chromosomes. I agree. Did you know about the Epstein feminization research? No. But I'm going to write that down just so I can look it up later. That's weird. That sounds weird. I know he did a lot of cloning research. There is so much about cloning in the Epstein files, and if they were able to clone a sheep in the 90s, trust me, don't think it's too far-fetched. I'm sure that there are clones walking around. We just don't really realize it yet. Sorry, I don't share numbers on my live stream, man. I'd like clones of me. Have all your clones do all the housework. Hey, that doesn't sound so bad, actually. Yeah, well, I don't think we should be segregated from men. I think that's pretty messed up, to be honest. There should be a society where men know how to control their damn urges. What is it, baby? Not yet, kiddo. I just started. Well, I did just start. Okay. What time is it? It's midnight, so I'm probably going to end it pretty soon. Let's read some Bible verses, and then I gotta go care for my baby boy. He's a good boy. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Marco Rubio support Israel. He also support war. Kamala suck, so I would not pick him. Okay. There is that anti-aging guy who says he has paid for his clones so he can make use of them for blood, organ stem cells, etc. Huh. That sounds interesting. I look like Jamie Lee Curtis. She was really hot in the 80s. I like that movie Perfect. Was it called Perfect? It was the one where she's like gyrating her hips around in a leotard with John Travolta. Let's see. Let me see if that's the movie. It's a good movie. Yeah, it's called Perfect. Really good movie. It's my favorite movie I've seen with her, actually. She was also in this movie for Arnold Schwarzenegger. It was really good. I forgot what that one was called. Let me see. It was free on YouTube when I saw it. Let me see if it's still there. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. It's true. Oh, you gotta buy it now on YouTube. Cool. Came out the very year my parents got married, 1985. Fish Called Wanda. I don't think I've seen that. That sounds like a movie. Fish Called Wanda. I had scalloped cheesy potatoes with ham and eggs for dinner with a side of cottage cheese. It was so good. Freaky Friday, I saw that in the theaters with my dad. He's like, "Oh, please, I hope none of my daughters behave the way Lindsay Lohan behaves in that movie." Whenever my dad references bratty young women, he always references that movie. I'm gonna close my window. It's getting a little chilly in here. Also, keep the cat from sneaking in. Spaceballs is a good movie. I saw that when I was a kid. Fish Called Wanda. Oh, 1988 film. That looks good. Oh, it does have Jamie Lee Curtis in it. That looks good. Oh, it's got John Cleese. Oh, hell yeah. I love John Cleese, man. 96% on Rotten Tomatoes. Let me see if that's on YouTube for free. I can also look it up on Tubi. It'd be cool if that was free, man. A Fish Called Wanda. God, Elliot Page never looks happy. Jesus. Fish Called Wanda. Ah, you gotta buy it there. Let me see if it's on Tubi. Yeah, she's really pretty in that movie. In her prime. Man, I don't know if I'd want to be in commercials about the benefits of yogurt making you take a big dump, because that's what people would start associating me with. People would start associating me with constipation, dude. Because I know that's what they do to her now. Like, when people talk about Jamie Lee Curtis now, they talk about constipation and yogurt. It's for real, though. I mean, if you're that desperate for money, I mean, I'd assume she's doing pretty good and doesn't have to be in a commercial like that. But, I mean, shit, if I were desperate, I would. Okay, let's see. Ooh, I love Brittany Murphy. She's one of my favorite actresses. Uptown Girls is on. Tubi TV. Let's see, a fish named Wanda. It is. You can watch that movie on Tubi. Cool. There's a lot of interesting looking movies here right now. There's The Man with Two Brains. I like Steve Martin. He's one of my top favorite comedians. Keeping Up with the Joneses. It looks silly. Just it looks like a ton of early 2000, mid 2000s movies. The Fabulous Four. Like, when did this come out? Like, most of Idiocracy, that's a good movie. I saw that one. A lot of people are talking about Idiocracy now. People are talking about that movie now. They think that, oh, Everything Everywhere All at Once. I saw that in the theaters. That's a newer one, actually. I saw that while I was on shrooms with my friend. And it was so much fun. I was on shrooms watching that. And during the fight scenes and the choreography around the fight scenes, I was laughing my ass off. It was so funny. Oh man, I was laughing my head off over the fight scenes. Idiocracy was the first time Crocs were on screen. Really? I didn't know that. I should watch that again. It's been a long time since I've seen that. Everything Everywhere All at Once is a really good movie, though. It's got Michelle Yeoh, I think that's her name. She's so good. I think she was in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, which is probably one of the most beautiful movies I've ever seen. Saw it a long time ago. Still remember it. It's so beautiful. Shando. Ooh, K Stripes is on there. Hot Pursuit. That looks funny. It's got what's her name? The girl with the long chin. No offense, she's cute. Reese Witherspoon. I, Tony is a newer movie on here. They've got... Ooh, they got a Robin Williams movie. I'll watch anything with Robin Williams. Yeah, well, they have Lolita there. I've never seen that movie. I like Jeremy Irons, though. He was the voice of Scar from The Lion King. But I don't think I could watch that movie without being reminded of Epstein's plane. Shane Gillis is the most popular comedian in 2026. I guess his Trump impersonations didn't hurt his career after all. Well, I think Trump can tell when something is malicious, and if someone is just, being a comedian, Trump is all for that. He's all for free speech and people not being so, this whole thing with all the liberals trying to ban free speech is like death to comedians. And it's sick. Comedians keep everything normal around here. We owe comedians for the fact that we're allowed to joke around and not take everything so seriously. What Dreams May Come, that's one of the very few Robin Williams movies I haven't seen. I've seen Patch Adams, Good Will Hunting, The Dead Poet Society, all three, and Mrs. Doubtfire. I think my favorite ones are Patch Adams and, actually, dear Lord, I like three, and I saw Jumanji. I think Dead Poet Society, Good Will Hunting, and Patch Adams are my three favorites. And, I saw... I've seen a few more. I'm trying to remember what the name of it was, though. He was like a gay man with a husband in it, and he wore a Hawaiian shirt, I think. Oh, and the genie from Aladdin, of course. I've seen so many Robin Williams movies, but there are a few that I haven't seen. I haven't seen What Dreams May Come. Let me see if they have that on Tubi. What Dreams May... Should watch a movie. I don't think it's on there. No, it's not. Pokemon, the first movie's on there, though. I saw that in the theaters when I was little. And I remember everybody crying when Ash died. I remember it. I remember hearing the sniffling in the theater and people wiping their eyes. And I was like only 10. I cried too. It's such a sweet movie. A lot of people didn't really care for it, but I thought it was amazing. Well, it's too bad it's not on there, but maybe it's on YouTube. Put it on my movie list. Oh, buddy, he wants for me to go hang out with the family and him. All right, we should probably start live streams a little bit earlier because Shando demands my attention at this time. He's a good boy. The Last Dragon, I've never seen that. Yeah. I mean, didn't Pokemon come out in like 2000? Let me see. 2001 maybe? Definitely no later than that. Pokemon the first movie. When did that come out? 2000. The year 2000. Dude, like, every single voice actor in this movie is, like, Asian or Japanese. The only white voice actor I see here... Okay, there's one old man. There's one white old man. But okay, Misty. Okay, Misty's a white woman. Misty is voiced by a white woman. Everyone else is Asian, but the guy who voices Mewtwo, it's a white guy. I don't know, I just think that's funny for some reason. Mewtwo did have a great voice. I like Bruce Lee. Is The Last Dragon I thought it was Enter the Dragon was the Bruce Lee film. The Last Dragon, you say? The Last Dragonheart? I think I've seen that a long time ago. Dragonheart. Maybe it's a really old movie about dragons, and they're did they use a robot for the dragon, or was it I don't think it was CGI. I think they actually used what they would have, something similar to what they would have used when they made Jurassic Park, the first one. All right, baby. Let's do some Bible reading. This is just because Shando wants his mama. You gotta wait and be patient now, kiddo. We're gonna read Proverbs. We're gonna get on to chapter 11 of Proverbs, okay? Thank you for coming to my channel, guys. And don't forget to like and subscribe. It's so helpful. Getting my channel out there, spreading around. Get it out to more people who need help talking about addiction. Proverbs 11, chapter 11, that's right. So, I need my glasses. Yeah, there we go. They're always dirty when I pick them up, man. Always. So dusty. No, honey. You can't always have your own way right away. You gotta wait for mom and be patient. Be patient. Okay? This is pretty much the only work I have available for me right now. So I need to do this, baby. I love you. You want to see my baby here? Look at him. Buddy, why are you being such a nincompoop? Nincompoop shut. What? You want to say hi to Bubbers? I know. Oh, I know. Kisses. Kisses. I love you too. Can I have a kiss? Oh, yes, kisses. Thank you. Oh, my goodness, honey bear. Okay, honey. Gave me a kiss. He's a good boy. All right, guys. Alrighty, let's read some Bible verses. Thank you for the likes, guys. I appreciate you very much. Okay, chapter 11 of Proverbs. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. When pride comes, then comes disgrace, but with the humble is wisdom. The integrity of the upright guides them, but the crookedness of the treacherous destroys them. Riches do not profit in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivers from death. The righteousness of the blameless keeps his way straight, but the wicked falls by his own wickedness. The righteousness of the upright delivers them, but the treacherous are taken captive by their lust. When the wicked dies, his hope perishes, and the expectation of the godless comes to naught. The righteous is delivered from trouble, and the wicked gets into it instead. With his mouth the godless man would destroy his neighbor, but by knowledge the righteous are delivered. When it goes well with the righteous, the city rejoices, and when the wicked perish, there are shouts of gladness. But by the blessing of the upright, a city is exalted, but it is overthrown by the mouth of the wicked. He who belittles his neighbor lacks sense, but a man of understanding remains silent. Tell that to the trolls. He who goes about as a talebearer reveals secrets, but he who is trustworthy in spirit keeps a thing hidden. Thanks for the gifts, guys. Where there is no guidance, a people falls, but in an abundance of counselors there is safety. He who gives surety for a stranger will smart for it, but he who hates suretyship is secure. A gracious woman gets honor, and violent men get riches. A man who is kind benefits himself, but a cruel man hurts himself. A wicked man earns deceptive wages, but one who sows righteousness gets a sure reward. He who is steadfast in righteousness will live, but he who pursues evil will die. Men of perverse mind are an abomination to the Lord, but those of blameless ways are his delight. Be assured, an evil man will not go unpunished, but those who are righteous will be delivered. Like a gold ring and a swine's snout is a beautiful woman without discretion. The desire of the righteous ends only in good, the expectation of the wicked in wrath. One man gives freely, yet grows all the richer. Another withholds what he should give, and only suffers want. A liberal man will be enriched, and one who waters will himself be watered. The people curse him who holds back grain, but a blessing is on the head of him who sells it. He who diligently seeks good seeks favor, but evil comes to him who searches for it. He who trusts in his riches will wither, but the righteous will flourish like a green leaf. He who troubles his household will inherit wind, and the fool will be servant to the wise. The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, but lawlessness takes away lives. If the righteous is requited on earth, how much more the wicked and the sinner? We're just going to read chapter 12, and that'll be the end of it, okay? Chapter 12 of Proverbs. Whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but he who hates reproof is stupid. A good man obtains favor from the Lord, but a man of evil devices he condemns. A man is not established by wickedness, but the root of the righteous will never be moved. A good wife is the crown of her husband, but she who brings shame is like a rottenness in his bones. The thoughts of the righteous are just, the counsels of the wicked are treacherous. The words of the wicked lie in wait for blood, but the mouth of the upright delivers men. The wicked are overthrown and are no more, but the house of the righteous will stand. A man is commended according to his good sense, but one of perverse mind is despised. Better is a man of humble standing who works for himself than one who plays the great man but lacks bread. A righteous man has regard for the life of his beast, but the mercy of the wicked is cruel. He who tills his land will have plenty of bread, but he who follows worthless pursuits has no sense. The strong tower of the wicked comes to ruin, but the root of the righteous stands firm. An evil man is ensnared by the transgression of his lips, but the righteous escapes from trouble. From the fruit of his words a man is satisfied with good, and the work of a man's hand comes back to him. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but a wise man listens to advice. The vexation of a fool is known at once, but the prudent man ignores an insult. He who speaks the truth gives honest evidence. Sorry, I got a little itch. He who speaks the truth gives honest evidence, but a false witness utters deceit. There is one whose rash words are like sword thrusts, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. Truthful lips endure forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment. Deceit is in the heart of those who devise evil, but those who plan good have joy. No ill befalls the righteous, but the wicked are full of trouble. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but those who act faithfully are his delight. A prudent man conceals his knowledge. Thank you. But fools proclaim their folly. The hand of the diligent will rule, but the slothful will be put to forced labor. Anxiety in a man's heart weighs him down, but a good word makes him glad. A righteous man turns away from evil, but the way of the wicked leads them astray. A slothful man will not catch his prey, but the diligent man will get precious wealth, and the path of righteousness is life. But the way of error leads to death. One more, though. Okay, you know what? We'll do 2 more verses, though, okay? I changed my mind. Do 2 short ones, okay? John chapter 12, verse 46. I have come as light into the world, that whoever believes in me may not remain in darkness. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. Here's a good one. One more. Matthew chapter 5, verse 11 down to 12. Blessed are you when men revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely on my account. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great in heaven. For so men persecuted the prophets who were before you. Amen. Okay. So, thank you guys. Hey, God bless you too. Thank you very much, Wolfie. Am I atheist? No, I'm Catholic. Why would I be atheist if I'm reading the Bible? You know, I mean, I can see if an atheist reading the Bible, if it's like research purposes, right? They're just studying it, you know. It's a good thing to study regardless of whether you have religion or not. But no, more than likely it would be, the fact of the matter would be that I'm Catholic or Christian. I read the Ignatius scripture. Actually, Catholic is Christian. What am I talking about? Anyone who believes that Christ is God is Christian. Anyone who says Catholics aren't Christian is just another Protestant trying to put Catholics down, which is very common. Very common. They think we worship idols. Isn't that laughable? We don't. We honor the saints. We honor Mary, God's mother. We honor them. It's really frustrating because, you know, that's the thing. They want to believe these lies. So if you tell them otherwise, if you show them the proof, the evidence, you know, they'll be like, well, they'll just ignore you. No, 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 can't hear you. That's the way some people are. Nice. Thank you, Fresh Static Snow. Fellow Catholic here. Nice. I think I've only encountered 2 Catholics that I would know of in my live stream. That's pretty cool. For since the creation of the world, God's invisible qualities have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made, so that people are without excuse. Thank you, Night Eyes. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, thank you, Leo. Amen. Wolfie's Catholic, nice. Thank you, Wolfie. Thank you, SR. To keep working at something will have benefits, including financial benefits. Benefits if you keep on at it. I hope so. I'm gonna stay consistent, try to do this most days. You know, probably have 1 day off per week or 2 days, maybe just 1 day off for now. Dude, I like doing this, and when people tell me that it's helping them out, it makes it all the more worthwhile to me. Okay, thank you, Tyler. Thank you. Love the scriptures you shared tonight. Shalom. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for coming to my channel. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, SR. Thank you. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Jason. Oh, it's the Ignatius Bible, Emma, that Christian girl. Yep, I'll show it to you. Show you the cover. That's my Bible. Has a nice weight to it. The Ignatius. Thank you, Emma. Thank you, Christian O'Neill. Thank you, Positive Vibe. Thank you, Liam. Thank you, Jimerick. Thank you, Jaden Scott. Thank you, Liam. Thank you, Proke. Thank you, Fortress Steve. I do get Sarah Connor an awful lot. Thank you, Dara. Thank you, Night Eyes. I have a dog who apparently thinks it's her personal mission to put nose prints on glasses. Well, that's adorable. You can't stay mad at her. Mewtwo, I see now that the circumstances of one's birth is irrelevant. It is what you do with the gift of life that determines who you are. Proverbs rules. Yep, I agree, Sarah. Thank you, thank you, Irrelevant Tree. Thank you, Paint Code. Oh, I love Shawshank Redemption, and I have also seen Shutter Island with Leonardo DiCaprio. I think Shawshank Redemption is one of the best movies of all time. Thank you guys. Thank you, Rory Bowen, if you're still here. Thank you, The Dead Critic. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Kayeri. Oh, Mork and Mindy. I've seen a little bit of that. That's really good. Thank you, G. Wathers. Thank you, The Dead Critic. Thank you, Legendary Stuff. Thank you, Hawkeye. Thank you, Cassius. If I forget anyone's name, I wish you a good night too. Popeye the Slayer, man. Jesco, thank you. Thank you, Angel Trek. I do get that too. People tell me I got a 90s look. I take that as a big compliment because I think that was the best style. Best makeup, best clothes, best everything. All right. Thank you. I have read several different books from many different religions. I just can't find the logic in them to be perfect, and I apologize if that sounds bad. No, you're good, man. Sometimes it takes you know, we're all each on our own little journey trying to figure things out, you know? And I was agnostic for 10 years. Just be true to yourself, be honest with yourself, and if it's meant to be, you know, I'm sure God will reveal some signs to you. I don't know, but wouldn't hurt to at least reach out, you know, just for what it's worth. I did that. Even when I was agnostic, I'd pray like, God, if you do exist, please show me a sign, that kind of thing, you know? Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, he was Hebrew. Jesus was Hebrew. Mm-hmm. Yep, I'm about to go to bed. Thank you very much, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate you very much, and I'll see you later, okay? All right. Take care. Thank you. Yes, amen. Bye-bye now.